All right, guys, welcome back to another interview on mmaunhinged. I am once again joined by Olena Kolesnyk. An absolute pleasure. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Yeah, an absolute pleasure to have you on again. We spoke a few times, but yeah, I always appreciate your time. You're always entertaining as ever. I think you're great on the mic.
Thank you. Try my best.
Your English is improving as well every time I speak to you.
I work really hard to change my Ukrainian accent and speak English properly.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I want to speak about obviously the PFL season. This is your second season back to back in the playoffs. Does that feel good that you're showing some sort of consistency in your game?
I think it's PFL make so unique that if you win from fight to fight, you have opportunity to fight like 4 fights in a row in the year. So it's a blessing for every fighter because we don't need to wait a long time for the fights, like in other organizations. So like I'm grateful that I have opportunity to continue my journey with PFL this year either.
Absolutely. And this year it's £145 instead of £155. Did you like that? Did you like? I know you had to cut 10 more pounds, but did you kind of like that feeling of fighting £145 instead of £155?
I think in this weight class my speed is much better, much faster, and I feel confident in this weight class.
Absolutely. A fantastic season you're having thus far. 2 wins. So that's 6 points that you've racked up on the board. The confidence must be high. And heading into this next one against a familiar foe like Larissa Pacheco. If you look back upon the last 2 fights that you've had with Larissa, what can you really take away from them encounters that you've had with each other?
I change a lot. I change my team. I change my vision. So it was a lot of improvements for the whole this year, and it definitely will be a different fight than this both 2 fights.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the approach heading into this one. I presumed that the approach was going to change because obviously the first 2 fights didn't go your way. Is that the feeling in this one that you're going to change your approach, go in with a different game plan, and kind of tackle Larissa in a different way?
The focus is to be in the final this time, so I will do my best that the referee raise my hand. All I want to do, and for me, no matter how, just to be in the final of this year.
Yeah, and I saw on Instagram, sorry, that you put a post up that you say, these people are saying I'm the underdog. You don't give a,
Yeah.
the blank. Talk to me about, that. Do you kind of like being the underdog? Does that give you extra motivation going into the fight because it gives you something to prove? Should we say?
I remember first time feel these voices in my head, like when I fight with Abigail Montez when she was undefeated and I was underdog last year. I'm like, and they say undefeated 3-0, and I'm said myself, not today, you know. Right? And then again, I fight with Aspenland, and again, like I'm the biggest underdog of the tournament and everyone predict her winning against me, and I'm like said to myself, not today.
So,
So
is that the same mentality you're having right now? You're heading into Larissa. Is that what's been the massive change from the first fight, second fight, and now that mentality switch?
I think every day I became stronger and stronger, and not only physically as I prove in my fights, but mentally either. So I work really hard, and I make a lot of. I pay a huge price, and it's not about money to be there where I am right now. It's about my time, my like most of is my time, my tears, my blood, my sweat. So I will do everything what I can, possible and impossible, just to be in the final this year.
Absolutely. Obviously, a win over Larissa, it would be huge. Is that the feeling? Do you feel like a win over Larissa would be monumental for your career moving forward, and obviously the confidence and everything like that? So, what would a win over Larissa mean for yourself?
For me, it's mean a lot because again we fight with her twice, so all I want, but I'm not focused on just winning Larissa as a person. As I told you, I focus to be in the final. So for me, no matter how I win this girl, all I want is just to be in the final this year and to bring this belt in Ukraine. But I realize that for me personally, this is a final fight. I mean, don't get me wrong, but if any other girls from any two girls, if I fight with them in the semifinals, it will be easy road for me. And it will be great to see you in the final, and there we will understand who's better now. But God decided to give me Larissa in the semi-final, so I take this challenge, and I know as soon as I win Larissa 18 August this year, the belt is mine.
Absolutely agree. I do agree what you're saying there. You've got the hard road of to the final completely. Larissa, two-time champion. Absolutely, completely agree. But after this one, think about as you talked about the final, you'll have that matchup, and it would be in your favor, in your hands, should we say? But yeah, absolutely agree. Obviously, talk to me. I would love to know more about the Aspen Lad win. Obviously, that was a huge win in your career, beating a UFC veteran, a former UFC fighter. Did that feel good? I know that put probably a little smirk on your face afterwards. Was that kind of the confidence boost you needed to lift you up to head in these next fights?
I was really, was really cold or the whole 3 rounds. But in the end, I let my emotion out, and I remember all these comments. I remember all these words from people around that she's a great grappling master, that she's a great fighter, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, uh, there is a video after the fight where I'm walking around with my mouse guard, and I keep telling this. I was emotional, and like I said, like, so jiu-jitsu, where is your fucking jiu-jitsu? You know? So yeah, like, and it was big win, but I'm happy that God give us this win.
Absolutely. Moving over, I also saw on your Instagram that you were training with Michaela Meyer, obviously world champion world boxing champion. What was that experience like? Because obviously I know how good she is at boxing. What was that experience like training with Maya? Because she's phenomenal.
She is such a kind and good human being. I'm blessed, and I'm so grateful to have opportunity to work with her. I'm praying here in Las Vegas to find a good girl for sparring. I cannot find anyone who can work with me. And then I meet Michaela in UFC PI, and I like come to her, and I'm not expected that she's such a nice, kind girl. And I asking her for sparring, and I just come back from sparring with her. She is amazing human being, and she's a great boxer. So I pray to meet a good sparring partner, but I'm not even expect such that I meet such a great fighter. I'm really happy to work with her, and I'm grateful every day to work with her, honestly.
Absolutely. Think about the high level boxing she has. She's fought all over the world, fought all these different fighters. She's the world champion. Has she gave you any advice? Handing down to you, obviously help you with your boxing, help you with your Muay Thai, or I know she's not a Muay Thai fighter, but help you with your hands, etc. She gave you any tips to help you with your striking, moving into the next one?
That's why I said she's such a kind, great person. So I ask her every time after each sparring, like, what do you think? Where do you think I make mistake? What do you think I need to fix? So I'm such type of person. I don't have an ego, and
Yeah,
always like ask my sparring partners and the people with whom I work, not what I do good. I asking, what do you think I need to fix? What do you think I need to change? So that's why I asking her after each sparring with her, like, and of course sparring with such a great talented girl like as Michaela, like helped me a lot for this upcoming big fight.
absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much, Olena. Olena's fighting Larissa Pacheco. Obviously, semi-final fight, women's featherweight on August 18th. make sure you catch her fighting. One co-main event, huge opportunity for her to kind of showcase her skills to the world. Thank you very much, Olena. I hope you have a good day.
Bye bye.